I've been on a journey since the day I was born. I was born with my gifts. I was not born with my knowledge. The knowledge came to me as I got older. But I had to take time to actually learn more about myself, learn more about different cultures, learn more about different religions, and most of that was done by through meditation, and God showing me, or I don't like using the word God because it could mean anything. God of deliveries, God of devotion. I hate that word. It's like God. What the hell does it stand for? So I'm going to say Most High. I'm going to say universe. I think that's more of a more powerful name for this entity that is the creator. So like it's actually that word God has been so programmed into us that it just doesn't make any sense anyway. But along my journey, it has brought me back to go into church. And also part of the journey has brought me to start preaching as well. Yeah, ultimate source, that's a nice one. It's brought me back to start preaching. But, for the past couple of weeks, I've been like, oh, do I really want to go into church? Because I know that church has this point of view of things where it's kind of just stuck in the box. They don't really think out of the box. But, I do, as the Most High guides me to do, I stay obedient and I go ahead. So I stepped back into church, and yeah, it was actually quite a nice experience because I like singing, I like all these things. And straight away, while I was in the church, I was like, oh my God, there's so many things that they are missing out on, especially for teaching the children, that could be done, different ways of changing the church. The pastor's really nice. The congregation's absolutely beautiful. It's very, heartwarming, very heartfelt. So anyway, I usually prepare. If I know I'm going to church, I'll get my child's stuff ready the night before so that the next day I am on time because I hate being late. But today, I was super, super late, even though I had things organized from the night before. I was actually an hour and 45 minutes late, and I got just across the road from the door, to go into church. And I phoned my friend because I had phoned her at 9 o'clock this morning asking her if she was going to church, and she was like, yes. I was like, I'll see you there. So anyway, I phoned her 15 minutes before church has finished. I'm like, oh my God, what time does church finish? She's like, 15 minutes. I'm like, well, I'm outside, but I'm still going to come in. As I walked in, there was actually a post, like on this projector, and I think it was, if I'm correct, it was Mark chapter 15, verse 19, and it was talking about sharing the gospel. So automatically, my question that I had been asking myself for weeks, and that was on my mind the day, had come to me. So I was like, okay, yes, I'm supposed to share the gospel. Yes, I'm supposed to preach the knowledge that I have gained from within and gained from the universe. I'm supposed to preach. So anyway, I sat down, and the pastor, like, he started talking, and he was like, if you think that you're supposed to share the gospel, put your hands up. So I put my hand up, so did everybody in the congregation. But as that happened, as an empath, I started to feel everybody in the church, and God started speaking to me, and he said to me, he goes, how are these people supposed to share the gospel and they don't even know the truth? And I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, wow. And I was like, you know what, God, or sorry, let me not use that word. You know what, Most High, you are correct. And then the pastor started speaking about a conversation he had the night before with this man that phoned off private number and said that he was a Buddhist. And then he automatically started speaking about, Buddhism taking you off path and all this malarkey and stuff like that. And then God said to me, you see? And I was like, oh my gosh, not even the pastor has a higher understanding of the truth. Because if you're going to speak on the Buddhist religion, and I, honest to God, I haven't actually studied the Buddhist religion at all. It's just the fact that through meditation, I unlocked a lot of myself. And I do have a Buddhist book, which I don't actually read. But when I read the first 3 pages of the book, I didn't need to read no more, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already doing all these things that the book is showing me through meditation myself. And what we come to realize is when we look at many different religions, they all are preaching the same things. Yeah, it's Jason, there's a lot more to what I say and what I reveal. The answers in the name of my name, and that's the answers there. But there's a lot more deeper things to me that I could explain, but I'll save that for probably a next talk, when I get more people and we can have more chats and get a lot deeper. But yes, you can say it's an angel. It's usually the universe, the order of thoughts. I work a lot with the order of thoughts, unlocking the brain, working with the chakras. That's me, trying to have this higher perspective of thinking, looking at different perspectives from all angles. That's how I like to work. But going back to what I was saying was, if this pastor had an understanding of different religions, if he had stepped out of the box and probably just educated himself, not even just on religions, because you can't even stop at religions, because there's cultures as well. Unity within a community brings unity within a world. He would have realized that Buddhism more or less teaches the same thing that the Bible teaches, but just at a deeper level. Because even though the Bible talks about meditation, it talks about Jesus, they don't actually teach meditation in church. Now, Buddhism teaches you meditation. Buddhism, Krishna is Jesus. It's just all connected. So if I was that preacher today, I would have said, wow, the conversation on the phone would have gone a lot different, because I would have answered the phone and I would say, oh, I'm a Buddhist. And I would be like, oh, hi, how you doing? What do you have to share? What messages do you have? We would have had a beautiful conversation, and we